Welcome back. The aim of today's sequence is to release our upper back and shoulders and also to calm down our nervous system. My name is Joana and I have been working as a yoga teacher for 20 years and I build systems and programs that help busy people to build on their wellness. We will start in the downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. Bring your feet shoulder width apart. Start pushing the mat forward, drop your head. And in the first downward facing dog, you can have your knees bent, gently pushing the mat forward with your palms and feeling that lengthening through the entire back by pushing the hips back and upwards. So we'll stay there for 2 more breaths. I invite you always to reconnect to your breath. Once you settle in the pose, if you lose your breath along the way, please come back to your calm, slow breathing. Right? Now lower down those knees. Bring your palms wider than the mat. Bring the knees slightly back. Widen your elbows to 90 degrees. And we start deep dives. We dive forward and we dive back. Imagine there is a stick and you dive into the stick and dive out. Look on the surface. If there's any air, you inhale some air. And then you exhale. Bring your chin to chest. Inhale to the surface. And then dive all the way back. These back waves is a magnificent cure for the upper back. And if you do those dives every single day for a couple of weeks, you will feel a huge change. So the last dive, and then we come on all fours. So now the right arm, we dive to the left, threading the needle to the left. And now with the breath going under the skin of our ribs, inhaling and feeling how our lungs spread the cavity of the chest from the inside out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one. Good. Now pull that arm out. We swap sides. Thread the needle to the right. And reconnect to the breath. Again, always imagine in those poses how the lungs from the inside out are stretching your body, but such a simple thing like the breath. Feel your lungs pushing the ribs against your skin from inside. It takes time to understand what to push where. So when the lungs expand, they push the ribs, and the ribs, they glue to the skin from the inside. Wow. Good. Now bring that arm back. And now we sink forward in the puppy's pose. You can also put the chin on the floor, but I bet you might be having a little bit sore neck, so don't rush in more deep poses, especially where the neck is over engaged. So this is a pose where you're sinking your heart. Good enough. If you feel like bringing your chin to the floor, please do so. But again, if any tension or pain, stay with your forehead on the floor. Also, if that brings a lot of tension for your shoulders, you can make the thumb shape with your palms. Then walk slightly back and again sink through the chest. Good. Good. And then push back, widen your knees, and we meet in the child's pose. Good. Again, place your forehead and reconnect to your breath. I will remind you that the sequence is meant to open your shoulders, to release your upper back, and also to calm your nervous system. So I will keep inviting you to reconnect to slow, deep breathing, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And from the child's pose, we slowly move to the downward facing dog. You can mingle here, loosen up your neck, keep Pushing the mat forward, drop your head. Stay here with the breath. Inhaling slowly. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Look forward. Step forward one leg at a time. Exhale down. And then vertebra by vertebra, slowly having the chin close to your chest. Roll all the way up. Good. You can sigh out through your mouth and roll your shoulders back. These gentle rolls. Good. Yeah. And now we will move to the sun salutation. Bring your palms to your heart. Lengthen. Oftentimes we stand with our head protruding. So bring your head above your heart. Align your mind and your heart. And now we move through the sun salutation. On the inhalation, arms go up, lengthen. On the exhalation, we bow forward. Step back one leg at a time. I always invite you to start with your knees on the floor. But if you feel, push to the downward facing dog. And then step forward. And then exhale down. And inhale, arms through the sides. If you feel to do the full plank, you can do so. If you feel that inhaling up, that you want to join me with the plank on your knees, do it on your knees. So exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, stepping back, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale all the way up, exhale, step back, knees to the floor, exhaling, inhaling, pushing bum back, and now we will stay in the downward facing dog. You can bring those palms slightly wider, just a little bit, and turn the fingers slightly out. Good. Now bring both feet together. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, and open the hip. So keep bringing your knee to the left, pushing the mat forward, and stay here with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Look forward and step forward with your right foot. Slowly find the balance. I remind you, your feet are shoulder width apart. Find the balance and lift your arms up in a high lunge. Staying here with the breath. Again, once you're in the pose, reconnect to your breath. Loosen up your jaw. Relax the face. It's only legs. Your legs are engaged. Your breath is flowing, but face relaxed, jaw relaxed. And then lower down. Lower your left knee down. And we start hip circles with the right leg. So circling those hips out if you're over 30. Now switch to turning it inwards, especially if you're in the office job or you sit a lot or you drive a lot. Most of us, we have a lot of sedentary lives. Now slide that left knee a little bit more back, and you can stay here with your straight arms, or you can lower down all the way onto your forearms. If you want to do something in between, you lower your both forearms onto the block. That's in between the forearms on the floor and straight arms. And once you're in the pose, I again invite you to reconnect to your breath. Slowly inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then come onto your palms. Move the block if it was on your way. Lift the knee. And then shift to the downward facing dog. Again, we won't stay in the downward facing dog, but we will bring the feet together. We will lift our left leg up. We will open up to the right, bend the knee. I called it a peeing dog pose. Yeah, as if you brought your dog for a walk. So we never have the knee lower than the hip. The knee is above the hip, and we try to bring the knee as much to the right as we can. And make sure you're not slouching on your shoulders. Keep pushing the mat forward with your palms. Good. And then look forward and gently step forward. Good. Then lift. And lift your arms up. Good. We stay here with the breath. Slowly inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. And then slowly lower. Ground your right knee. And now we start hip rotation outwards. Big circles. Big circles. Outwards. And now change the direction. Slowly circling inwards. Slowly circling inwards. Yeah, good job. And now slide your right knee back. Yogi's choice, either on the arms straight, forearms, or in between, forearms on a block. If you have two blocks, I have only one today. You can put one forearm on one block and another forearm on another block. And so then you have your shoulders slightly wider. What I always say to my students is that you go with what you have. If you don't have a mat, you do your poses without the mat. There is always a way to go around it. And push your hips back. Good. You can walk your dog a little bit. And then we stay for 3 breaths. Again, now you can work on grounding those heels, but not dropping them down, but try to lengthen your butt as far away and up as you can. And then start reaching back with your heels. Not down, but reaching back, and only then lowering the heels on the floor. They might not come to the floor at this time. Don't worry, that's all good. And then look forward. Turn your right heel inward. Look forward and step forward with your left foot. So roughly your heel will be in the center of your back foot. If I draw a line, it will be in the center of your arch of your foot. Grab a block, place it next to your left foot, keep pushing off the block, bring your upper shoulder back, hip back, lengthen your right arm up and turn your gaze up. If you have any pain in the neck or if it's really locked, don't turn your head, then look forward. Even if this is too painful, you can look slightly down. Okay? It takes time for the neck to get unlocked, for the muscles to readjust, so never hurry in yoga. And we stay here for 3 more breaths. Yeah, I'm aware that while I'm talking, you're holding the pose, right? This is why only 3 more breaths. So another 1 to go. Yeah, good job. And then look forward, bend your front knee, and come to Virabhadrasana 2. This is the warrior pose. Drop your shoulders, but engage your arms. Engage your back leg. Just 3 breaths in the pose. And 1. lower your arms down. Now lift that right heel off the floor. Place your right palm on the floor. Alternatively, you might measure maybe with a block. It's easier for you today. So look whether you want with a block or the palm straight on the floor. And we turn to the left. It's important here not to slouch. No, we have to draw the shoulders away from our ears, all the way back to our shoulder blades. If you have any immobility in the neck, look to the side. If the neck allows, you turn your head all the way up. Keep pushing off the block. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. Drop your knee. Turn even further to the left. Now bring your elbow behind your leg. Good. Bring your palms together. Keep pushing your upper palm against your lower palm. Keep twisting. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come out from the pose. Bring your back foot slightly closer to the front. Good. Now bend your front knee and pull your left ribs above your left leg. Fingertips on the floor, drop your head and start straightening your front leg. And keep breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Drop your head so that the neck is loose and you keep pushing that knee back. You straighten the leg only as much as your ribs stay glued to your front thigh. Good. And then release. Place both palms on the floor. Walk back and shift your hips back to the downward facing dog. Good. We stay in the downward facing dog. Release your head and breathing in the pose. Good. Then look forward. Step forward with your right foot. Turn your back foot in. Block on the floor or the ground, so keep pushing off the block and open up to the triangle pose. Again, it's important to move your body in one plane with your legs and with the entire body. Now move your lower shoulder blade forward, twist, keep twisting, keep pushing up the block, and then lift your arm up. With your breath, deepen the pose. Remember that sensation we had in the very beginning when you try to inhale and press your ribs against your skin from the inside, like making imprints with your ribs. Yeah, 2 more breaths. 2 and 1. Bend your front knee, extend your arms, look forward and keep breathing. 3 2 and 1. Lower down those arms. Lift your back heel. Place your left palm on the floor. Again, if you feel like you need to place a block and palm on the block. Find your balance. Good. And start twisting to the right. Lift that right arm up. Lift your gaze or look forward and stay with your breath. Good. Lower down your knee. Now turn to the right, even deeper. Help yourself to turn and then bring your left elbow behind your left thigh. Bring your palms together. Push the upper palm against the lower palm and stay with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come all the way back. Shorten the stance. Bend the front knee. Bring that tailbone up. Arch. Then pull your right ribs onto your right thigh. Fingertips on the floor. And so now your ribs, they stay on your thigh. You put the fingertips down. You drop your head. And now you start straightening your leg. So you keep pushing that front knee back, but the thigh and the ribs, they stay connected. Now try to bring more weight on your back heel as much as you can. Yeah. And keep breathing. Seems like a simple pose, but if you put all the elements together in the proper way, there is what to do in this pose. Stay 2 more breaths. Good, and then release. Place your palms on the floor, walk back, and then lengthen. And from downward facing dog, bring your knees onto the mat, widen your knees, and bring your bum back. Now we will crisscross our arms like this. And we'll keep pulling our arms to the sides. We'll keep pulling our arms to the sides. And then once they are the furthest away as they can, we will pull the shoulders away from the chin towards the chest. And then we bring the forehead down and breathe. If you really want to benefit from this pose, try to inhale in that upper back in such a way that you feel how the upper back is inflating and how the shoulder blades are moving to the sides. Let's try together. And then slowly exhaling. This breathing triples the effect of the pose. Good. Now pull those arms out. We swap arms. Crisscross. We swap the crisscross. And again we lower. And now you know the magic of the breath. And now again start. Once you're in the pose, start inhaling in such a way that the inhale deepens that stretch from the inside out. And at the very end, you can just hold it for a second, feel that expansion, and then slowly exhaling. Good. Fantastic. Good. Now pull those both arms out. Welcome back to reality. We're on the yoga mat. Sometimes in those child's poses we drift away and we come on the tippy toes, and on the tippy toes we try to find our balance. If that's easy for you, stay here. If it's a little bit challenging to keep the balance, look, you either take 2 blocks, or I have 1 block and then I have a small table. I find the balance with an erect back, right? So if I need to keep my fingertips on something, I do keep my fingertips on something. My knees are glued together. Once, if you find in this variation, stay in this variation. If you want to move further, we will start rotating to the right with the knees glued together. Neither of the knees lower down or shift forward. They stay together. Woo! And we twist. We open our right arm back, left arm. And if you can look to your back arm, move the fingertips. Good. We come back. And opening to the opposite side. Ooh, fingertips. Good job. And then coming back and lower. Good job. Now we move on to the belly. We continue in the Sphinx pose. We push off the ground with the forearms. You can gently scoop your tailbone and have your neck neutral, in one line with the rest of the back. Just feel that thread from your belly button to your chin, lengthening. So we're not just staying here, we keep actively pushing off the ground with the forearms, scooping the tailbone, breathing. If any moment you want to smile, you're also welcome. Good. And then lower down. And now we'll lift and squeeze, lower down, 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 lift and hold it here. Now exhale, lift even more, squeeze even more, keep breathing. And lower. Good. Let's do one more round. Lift and squeeze, 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 lift, keep squeezing, keep lifting, keep breathing. And release. Good. Now we move on all fours and we slide our left knee forward and we catch our back foot and we invite our back foot to our bum. Slow deep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then release, we change. We slide our left knee back, we catch our foot, and we keep inviting that foot towards our bum. Yeah, we are still in the pose. Good. And then release. Good. And then come again onto your belly. Turn your fingertips in and pull those ribs forward, as if you're trying to separate your ribs as much away from your waistline as possible. Good. And then extend your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then lift. We hold it here, squeeze, keep squeezing the shoulder blades. And now bend the knees and try, maybe you can catch your ankles. If you don't catch them, that's fine. Just stay with extended legs. Otherwise, try to lift your chest, pull your ankles back for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Push back, child's pose. And then come onto your knees. I will offer you 2 variations of the camel pose. First variation is called I Love the World, and it's important how you turn your palms. So you turn your palms out like this, as if you want to hug someone, but you open them wide, wide, wide. Now, scoop your tailbone, press your pelvis forward, and lift your chest up. Imagine you're trying to keep lifting your chest, keep pressing your pelvis forward, keep squeezing your shoulder blades and opening wide, so there is no collapse in the lower back. The back bend from the upper back, and then come to sitting. This is the first option. Now I will offer the second option, and you can either go with me to a camel pose, or you can repeat that same pose. So we tuck the toes under, we keep pushing the pelvis forward, we scoop the tailbone, we keep lifting the chest, we open the palms out, we place our fingertips on the heels, and we keep pushing off the heels to the ceiling, opening the chest, breathing. 2, and 1. Push off and come to sitting. Yeah, and we'll repeat one more time. So you either can move to that option too, but again, if you feel safe in option 1 and you don't feel like moving to option 2, stay with option 1. Come up, tuck the toes, engage the buttocks, and open up. Keep breathing. Push off and come to sitting. Squeeze the shoulder blades slightly. Relax your jaw and stay with your breath. Good. And now we move on the floor. We'll do simple and very comfy hip opener. So we come onto our bellies and then we open our right hip joint like this. Pull ourselves forward, and now you can either place, and here you can either place your forehead on the floor, or a little bit more challenging when you turn your head to the opposite side than your open knee. Yeah? And here you can also shift your knee up, down, find the perfect spot where your groin slowly releases. And then with each exhale, try to surrender completely, melt into the floor. Just release everything. Exhale. And then slowly roll onto the left side and bring that knee in. And we swap legs. So we open up our left groin. Turn the body to face the floor and either place the forehead on the floor or turn your head into the opposite direction. Now with the arms, you can keep them closed, or you can slightly open them up, or even bend your right arm different way. Find a pose that allows you to melt down and to surrender. Good. And then if you had your eyes closed, slowly open your eyes. Lean onto the right side, roll onto the right side. Now come onto your knees and slide your left knee forward, slide your right knee back, and come and rest your forehead onto your palms. If your forehead doesn't reach the ground, absolutely fine, then just use a block. I invite you to have your forehead grounded, because when your forehead is grounded, whether on the block or on the floor, then your mind starts settling. Surrender, feel that sweet stretch in your left glute. That's actually one of my favorite poses. I can even fall asleep in this one. How about you? Yeah, put down in the comments. Do you like that pose? Okay, now roll to the left. We change the right leg, the right knee to the right. And we pull out that right foot slightly. And we slide the left knee back. And then we place our forehead onto our palms. This is the last pose. I'm so proud of you that you did it all the way through. And these are longer sequences for you to do, but they're really worth it. If you want any shorter routines, then of course join one of my transformative programs where I bring short wellness on the daily basis for you to keep going, to stay fit physically and then also in harmony with your inner self. Good. And then roll to your right side. And now, rather than lying down in Shavasana, we will stay in the embryo pose in a very special way. So place a block or a cushion under your head, but it's important that the cushion is thick enough so that your neck is in one line with your back. Come into the embryo pose and hug yourself. Not the knees, but just yourself. Close your eyes and surrender. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. If you hold any tension in your feet, find a position for your feet or your knees so that you find ease in this pose. Tell to yourself, I am supported, I am grounded, I am safe, I am loved, I am taken care of. I don't need any more to carry that weight on my shoulders. I release all that tension. I am open, I am light, I am happy. And then slowly open your eyes. We're on the mat. Release that hug. Gently push off the floor. And come to a seated pose. If you have another minute to join me for soothing breathing practice, we do 7 rounds of the anticipatory breath. That's inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. That looks like this. Now close your eyes for a second. Relax your shoulders. Grow nice and tall with the crown of your head. I allow myself to be light. I don't carry any burden on my shoulders because I am safe. And slowly open your eyes. How was the sequence? My name is Joana. I'm very happy that you joined me for this nice yoga sequence today. If you want not to miss anything, then subscribe to my YouTube channel and then go to my website and explore the programs of short routines I offer for busy people to keep sane, fit, mobile, and happy. Have a wonderful day and see you on the mat tomorrow.